Hey Bookends! Welcome to this 10-minute book review. I'm 10. Today's book review is going to be on two books, both written by Katherine Hamilton. We listened to the audiobook versions of them, read by Alex Black. And yeah, so basically this review is going to be on the books themselves as well as the reading. We like to start off every review with a star point, as in out of 10 stars, how many stars does this book garner? And we also like to give a rating, as in if this was a movie, what would it be rated? Or if it was a show, what would it be rated? Starting off with the first book is the Orifkin series, the sibling Orifkin series, and it is Claron. So, in this book, Rhea Connors comes to Ireland after having a bad accident that I won't say was caused by her ex, but she found her ex cheating, or found out her ex was cheating, and she tried to drive away and she ended up getting into a car accident. She's kind of okay now, but she just needs to get away from things. Her grandfather had moved to Ireland, and so she thought, okay, this might be the change I need. So she goes to Ireland, rents a car, her car breaks down, and she meets Riley Orifkin. Now, Riley Orifkin is the one I was really like, whoa, he seems cute. But, I'm sorry, I didn't even get into star points. Oh my goodness, I'm going everywhere. Okay, star point. So this is what some might call a Christian romance, even though it has no religion in it. Or a, kind of like a Hallmark type romance. There's no sex. So for what it is, this is a 10 out of 10 because of the content and also the reading. And for a rating, there is no sex. I believe there might be 3 kisses. So this is a G. I don't think there's anything discussed in this aside from perhaps cheating. It might be a very light PG, or whatever a light PG would be considered on television. Essentially, it's a Hallmark Hallmark movie in book form. That's essentially what it is. So yeah, Rhea ends up meeting the Orifkins, and she stays at their bed and breakfast. She later ends up she meets all of the brothers, but the one that she kind of gets the closest to is Claron. Claron, he's sweet, but he's like a farmer, and like he milks cow. Like, I learned a lot about cow milking and stuff, and I'm very happy that I am not a farmer or a person who takes care of cows, because there's like cow dung everywhere. So yeah, Claron kind of has a thing for her too, but he's a little bit weary because the last relationship he was in ended kind of poorly. And fun fact, his ex-girlfriend works at the bookstore. Rhea, on the other hand, she's weary because her last relationship ended badly too. Both of them, oddly enough, ended up having relationships that ended due to their partner cheating on them. So they have something in common. So it is a romance. It is a light romance. It is Hallmark-esque, and so it does have a happy ending. At the end of, yeah, it does have a happy ending. Moving on to the second book in the series. The second one is Riley. That is Riley. That is the one I fell for first. Riley. So this book is, once again, another 10 out of 10 for the content that it has, because once again, this is a Hallmark-esque type of series. You're not going to find any sex, there's no salaciousness, there's a lot of character development, quite a few backstories, so yay! So it's a 10 out of 10. Oh, no cursing either. And for a rating, once again, G. The lightest of light PGs. So Rhea has moved to Ireland now. Like, she was going there for a brief sabbatical, let's just say, and she decided she's going to stay there. So her best friend from the States, Heidi, has decided to come visit her. Now Heidi got some mess of her own going on. some interesting Heidi mess. But that doesn't really come out towards the beginning. Oh, this was read by Alex Black as well. We're going to go into his reading style later, but right now we're just going to really concentrate on the writing style. So yeah, Heidi got some stuff for her too. But when she gets there, she's a little bit flirtatious, not irritated my soul. Like, I guess Rhea's kind of used to her being flirtatious. I didn't like it. It was like, stop flirting with Claron. Or at least stop looking like you're flirting with Claron. Like, stop it. But she ends up having a thing for Riley. Riley is kind of a workaholic. He's an architect. So he's one of the few family members who doesn't work in the immediate area of the bed and breakfast that his mom owns. So, fun fact, the bed and breakfast owned by the Rifkin clan's mother was their childhood home. She has a lot of kids. So, now all of her kids are grown and moved out, she uses their rooms as a bed and breakfast. So yeah, he is one of the siblings who works the furthest out. And Rhea was low-key trying to get him to hook up Riley. So she was low-key trying to get Riley to hook up with Heidi. Now, of course, by hook up, I don't mean sex. Once again, it's not that kind of book. But hook up isn't link up. Like, he was going to give her a tour of Limerick, which I believe is where he works. And, you know, just surrounding areas. And he's got some stuff with him, too. I don't want to ruin the... Okay. I'm just going to say that... Pardon me. I'm just going to say Riley... I liked both books, but Riley's story interested me more. I don't know if it's because I had a crush on Riley since meeting him in the first book, or if because the stuff going on with him I just found to be, I don't know, more engaging for me personally. So yeah, once again, another happy ending because it's a Hallmark-esque type book. And it is a whole series. So far, we've just done those two. Now, let's get into the reading. I'm sorry. So it's cold where I am. But the weather just got up to like 33 degrees today. And so because it got a little bit warm, people are out acting the fool. So if you hear a skirt and stuff like that, and somebody yelling at their boyfriend and somebody yelling at their girlfriend, what have you, it's okay. Sounds of the hood. Just roll with it. You never been to the hood before, you get to visit it through me. So, yay! Let me be your tour guide. Now then, for Alex Black, the way he reads the stories, he gives each person an individualized voice. You would be like, okay, well, he's a voiceover actor. Shouldn't he give each person their own voice? And you would think so, right? But I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and unfortunately that is not always the case. Sometimes when people read audiobooks, they don't do very well in distinguishing between the voices of the characters. And in the Rifkin siblings series, there are a lot of Rifkins. Some of them are female. And instead of defaulting to one particular female tone or one particular version of a female speech, he varies between them. And so it's easy to just listen. Like if you walk away and come back and he's speaking in a female's voice, you can tell if he's speaking as Mrs. O'Rifkin, the mother, or Layla, the sister, or Rhea, or Heidi. Like you can differentiate between them. He also does a good job, I should say, in differentiating between the voices of the males in the story. Like Claron talks a little slower than the other brothers. Riley, and more shy, slow and shy. Riley has this, I don't want to say airy, but this confidence about him. Like his voice doesn't have a lot of weight. It's not a heavy voice. But it's very confident. It's like, I got this, so I don't need to pretend kind of a voice. And Murphy, I forget if he's the oldest, but his voice is kind of heavy and jovial. Like, I just picture him being a stocky man, a stocky, happy, bearded man. So he does a good job at making each individualized character come alive, even though this is one man's voice in multiple, like lots of characters. So yeah, well, we listened to this as an audiobook, but it's also available on Kindle as well. This has been a book review for the siblings O'Rifkin books 1 and 2, Claron and Riley. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And bye, Bookends. See you tomorrow.